How do you handle pronouns for gender-fluid people? When it becomes sufficiently difficult, I just stop using pronouns entirely, and just use their name. This kid is messing with you, and I say that as someone who plays fast and loose with pronouns myself. On the one hand, it's annoying. On the other hand, they may have, consciously or unconsciously, decided to take this out on you because you are a safe target. It sounds like you are a patient person who wants to get it right, meaning that you're not going to be angry or violent toward them if they correct you, so they may be using your presence as an opportunity to do all the correcting they don't get to do in daily life. It's stupid, and I'm not saying that's okay, but teenagers aren't the most emotionally mature people, and sometimes they act up the worst around people they feel safer around. I would be tempted to mess with them right back and ask for their pronouns literally every time you might need to use them, but teenagers are really good at being stubborn, so this would probably backfire. So I guess just please know you're not doing anything wrong, and I appreciate that you are giving this kid a safe place to be themselves, even if they have chosen to be the most annoying little punk version of themselves. I think they might be doing it on purpose, honestly. All the gender-fluid people I know will wear pronouns pins or put them on their bag so people know what pronouns to use. They/them is always a safe bet. I'd honestly just ask them for a visual cue, like a pin they can wear that is worn in different directions based on what they're more comfortable with that day. Also, if you feel like they're not being fair, tell them. Admit you have limits and need some help. They'll hopefully appreciate your honesty. Considering the kid is probably trolling you, I would just entirely stop using pronouns entirely and only use their name. Might be grammatically incorrect, but I'd be indirect and have a basket of pronoun pins and offer them to pick one out every day. Hi, actual NP person here. They're full of shit. These people are attention seekers. The person in question may or may not be gender fluid, but is going out their way to delight in the fact that they can constantly make you feel like an ass because they either are, or are pretending to be, a member of a protected class. Anyone that would take advantage of another person's desire to be accepting or accommodating to hurt them for entertainment is objectively wrong. There is zero tolerance for this shit among most queer groups. If you actually swap what pronouns you want to use and have trouble vocalizing it, you need to wear a pin and you need to explain it to people. Put a sticky note down. Something. This kind of behavior is ridiculous and would have no place in my classroom or. I feel like the problem isn't the pronouns. It seems like the teen is just latching on to something, maybe the one thing she can control. I would agree with what another commenter said. Good morning, name. What pronouns are we using today? If you don't show any reaction, she will probably get tired of doing this. I've even worked with a teen who wanted to be Cocos. More power to Cos. Equals 1 sin 2 x. This is just a person who takes pleasure in getting offended. That would get old real quick. If you don't know what you are, then how am I supposed to know? When addressing the person, I tend to use the pronoun you. The hill I will die on is that dude is a gender-neutral term. Just use the name. Otherwise, they/them is used in cases when you don't know the correct pronouns. Dude and friend work for anyone regardless of pronouns. It sounds like that person is simply being a little shit. If there's no way of you knowing, then they need to either inform you or deal with it. You're obviously a respectful person who tries to get it right. This isn't on you. I have a gender-fluid teenage sibling who says pronouns aren't super important because their feelings change daily or sometimes hourly and it's too much hassle to care. I use they/them because it feels the most respectful of the range of possibilities. For anyone not within the binary, e.g. actively trying to fit within the binary wishing to identify as she or he, they/them is generally a safe bet. If the teen rejects they/them as wrong, you're well within your rights at that point to tell them they either need to communicate their pronouns clearly up front whenever they change, Accept them, or recognize that they've set an impossible standard and they're gonna have to suck it up. Their gender identity is valid, but so is the teenage propensity to be a little shit, but you don't have to put up with them nonsense. Typically most trans and NB folk I've met want to not be misgendered, but if they are misgendered, they want you to correct yourself quietly and without fanfare. Fix the mistake, drop it and carry on. Constantly dealing with a barrage of apologies and excuses is exhausting. There's definitely some attention-seeking behavior at play here. They're being a fucking troll and gladly talking shit about you on their Twitter page.